Howdy y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm James and this is Clearwater Fishing, and today we got a brand new frog to talk about, the Tataki frog. Apparently I can't talk, but it's Tataki frog. Okay, I'm going to struggle with his name. I'm sorry, my tongue doesn't work very well. Tataki frog. Okay, finally said it right. Today we're going to be comparing it to a few of the other frogs that I have in my frog box, and also looking at 10,000 Fish's design process when they were trying to work on this frog. I got a few pictures from their Instagram that we're going to be taking a look at, and overall we're going to be comparing it to these other frogs and kind of seeing where it lies. So the first thing you notice when you get one of these frogs is the packaging, as always by Ketchco, is done very, very well. This frog is not going to be smushed or flattened, even if it's in the heat or something. It's going to be in good shape. From the back, let's see, we got some words here. Tataki frog, roam the pads. Crafted with a patent-pending external weight system, this helps the Tataki frog wander across the water. The system is molded onto the hooks to increase the durability, a hefty 5/8 ounce size, heavier than most frogs, for further cast. The nose is flush with the line tied to prevent debris buildup. Let's open this guy up and let's see what's going on with him. All right, so this color that I have is called Midnight Stealth. Let's take a look at it real quick. I'll let you guys look at it. The bottom, the front, the hooks. Okay, so let me look at this real quick. First thing I notice is that the little water hole is on the top of the frog. That's a little different. Obviously now we have some tinsel, this reflective tinsel stuff, along with a rubber legs for, well, I guess the legs. The nose is flush, pretty flush with the eyelet. Not a whole lot of space there to build up on, like, I don't know, lily pads and grass and all that junk. So one of the key things about frogs is how soft they are. If the fish can't bite down on the frog and get snagged by the hooks here, your frog is pretty useless. And I'm feeling this one, and it feels, pretty soft. Let's compare it to, I don't know, the Googan Filthy Frog here. The Filthy Frog, oh, by the way, none of these frogs have been boiled or done anything like that with, so they're all out of the package like you would buy them. The Filthy Frog is definitely stiffer. I can definitely feel the difference there. Filthy Frog, stiffer frog. Filthy poppin' frog. Put them side by side there for me. The poppin' frog's pretty close. Poppin' frog, we'll call it pretty close. The normal filthy frog, not so close. Let's try the mini filthy frog. Oh yeah, that's clear that the mini filthy frog is much softer. Obviously that's not a surprise. It is a much smaller frog, so it should be easier for the fish to bite on. So just a size comparison there. Pretty big difference in size. And then I have a poppin' pad crasher from Booyah. Now this guy has been used a lot, caught a lot of fish. It's got some gnaw marks in it. It's been left in the sun. So this guy should be pretty soft. And this guy is probably softer. Yeah, he's definitely softer than the filthy frog, or sorry, he's definitely softer than the Tataki frog, but this guy's been out in the sun quite a bit, so I would almost consider this one boiled already. Let's compare these two. Actually, my wore out pad crasher there is softer than the new mini filthy frog, so that kind of gives you a comparison there of how soft these frogs are right out of the box. Alright, so while playing with a frog off screen, I noticed something about the Tataki frog that is pretty interesting to me. is that the hooks are much stiffer than that of the Filthy Frog. I could bend the Filthy Frog ones. I actually can't really bend the Tataki Frog. And I think that's due to the weight system on the bottom. This is the molded weight. I'll let you guys look at that. That's the molded weight right there. And I think that's making the hooks stiffer. So something to note, your hooks aren't going to flex. Let's quickly talk about the weight system since we just brought it up with the hooks. Obviously the weight system is a molded weight onto the hook, where you traditionally are going to have a weight that is molded into the body of the frog, kind of in the same spot. Not really that much of a different location. But overall, I've never really ever lost a weight out of one of the frogs before. But I suppose some of you guys may have experienced this. I don't fish frogs quite enough to be actually losing weights out of them. So if you guys have lost weights out of your frogs, let me know in the comments below. Alright, so now let's go over some of the slides or the pictures that 10,000 Fish and Catch Co. provided on Instagram about the design of the Tataki frog. Well, their goal was to enhance the traditional topwater frog, and they wanted to do that through the weight system. We've kind of talked about it already. It's definitely pretty unique to have the weights on the hooks. I don't really know of anybody else who does that. On this picture, you can see that they provide 3 different design choices for frogs. The one we talked about for the weight earlier was the one in the body. They also have another one here with the one actually on the hooks but inside the hollow body frog. It kind of gives some plus and minuses there on which one's better. So they claim the weight in the back of the frog definitely provides a very good walking action, but they also say it can possibly fall out. I suppose after a few years of use, it probably can. I don't have any frogs like this one, but they show one with the weight inside of the frog, further up the shank. It doesn't provide a very good walking action. In fact, it makes it almost darn near impossible to walk with the weight way up here. Obviously, you know, you're not going to lose it. It's on the hooks themselves. It also has a little waterproofness because it's inside the frog, but as we all know, well, frogs get all sorts of water in them. So that's kind of what they say about the weight system. Next, they talk about the valley that goes down the body of the frog. I'll have the picture up right here. They say this provides less pressure to compact, and I can probably agree with them. If you already have a fold that's made for something to bend, it's going to be easier to compact. So, hey, having a little bend here definitely is going to expose the hooks a little easier. Boop, 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 boop. As far as the design goes, the designs on the outside, they say it's inspired by other frogs and nature, which I can kind of see that. I mean, these kind of like scales on the top. You kind of have these scale looking things or gill looking things on the side. Overall, I don't think a fish looks at the detail too much, especially at the top. I'm more concerned about what the bottom looks like and the colors here. And hey, the color in this one, even though it's Midnight Stealth, it kind of has this brown color looking to it. And I think that is a solid color choice, especially in the evenings. And that brings me to colors. They have tons and tons of colors, so whatever type of frogs you have around your area, or bait fish for that matter, because hey, this guy can mimic a struggling bait fish on the top. You can pick a frog that is going to match that. One last thing I want to talk about for the frog is it's kind of got these unique channels here for the hooks to lay in. It's kind of cool to see that. Let's see if I get a good image here. Those channels for the hooks to lay in are kind of nice. They won't perforate into the body of the frog. They just kind of rest against it. So it's kind of nice to have something that's touching it, but not actually going to get punctured by it. I think we've all had a frog that's gotten punctured by its own hooks, and well, at that point, it's just going to suck in a lot of water. I do believe that the Tataki frog is going to be a solid frog. I don't get the frog fish too much in my area. That's mostly because I don't have a whole lot of matted vegetation, but I do get to do it from time to time. I do have a box of frogs, and I am going to be throwing this guy here in the near future to see if I can get on that frog bite. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the video, smash that like button as well. But just like always, until next time, get out there and go catch you some fish.